What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the Box Clinic and more. Back on the boxing grind. Y'all know what it is. Switching it up, doing different videos as we enter the twilight, the end of the boxing year. It's one more major fight left, which is Billy Joe Saunders and David Lemieux for the year. Also, Jeff Horn, Gary Cochran, if you win the Povetkin and Christian Hammer. I mean, couple fights, mid-level fights left, but there's one big fight left. And I don't think any of them will mess with the pound for pound rankings. And also, I give out, Fighter of the Year and all them awards towards the end, more the end of December after Christmas. If I forget, just comment and remind me what I shouldn't forget. Lest things get hectic, but hopefully it won't. Narrow down on my shopping list. It's my queen's birthday coming up Friday, and I probably would be mad inactive this weekend. I'll try to get it in when I can. Because I got a lot coming up, Christmas as well, and her birthday, and it's just a lot. But this is my pound for pound list, and let's run it down. Terence Crawford, for one, a true pound for pound number one is vacant. I don't have nobody really number one saying that's the supreme ruler. This is the ambassador of boxing, So basically, it's like the champion vacant, then it's like 1, 2, 3. That's how I'm doing it. Just as a reminder. But I got Crawford, number one right now. I mean, he unified and became the lineal champion of the division. He doesn't have marquee victories, like the big crossover victory like he may get versus Errol Spence, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, something like that. But I believe it's coming. And I believe that he's very able and willing to be that real number one ambassador of boxing. I don't see anybody, with the activity level that he has amongst the amount of fights that he has, and amongst the quality of victories the way he wins it, and the quality of victories. I mean, he's marking the board off. All he needs is that crossover fight at 147 pounds, and he's going to be your ambassador, extreme ruler. Number two might be some controversies. Canelo Alvarez, to me, I felt that he did enough to beat Triple G, but he put on a hell of a fight, and he's a hell of a fight. He's a hell of a fighter in my opinion. I don't see too many people, that can mess with, that Canelo Alvarez too much in the near future if he keeps developing and growing. But you forget, a lot of people want to say, oh, he lost to this guy, he lost to that guy. At the end of the day, it says it's a win. He beat Lara, who's still a champion at 154. To me, he beat Triple G, but it was a close fight. And this is the guy Triple G you guys said was number one. That's supposed to knock him out. Didn't happen. He beat Austin Trout, who ended up beating Miguel Cotto. He competed with Floyd Mayweather. He's done what he's supposed to do. He's beat a legend and Miguel Cotto. He has the marquee crossover fights. He has the fan base. He has the look. Now, if he's able to knock out Triple G or do Triple G dirty in a rematch, then maybe he can overtake Terence Crawford and then go on and fight Charlo and Billy Joe Saunders and Danny Jacobs. He could be some of those guys. He could be a supreme ruler. So, but right now, I like Crawford over him. It's not because Crawford got an O. It's because Crawford been consistent across the board. And Crawford hasn't had those murky kind of fights where some people say go this way, that way. But it does lean his Canelo favor, in my opinion. And I like Canelo being number two. He has the fan base. He has the skills. He has the marquee crossover fights. And he's marking the board off. And number three for Lomachenko is me. For me, it's Lomachenko. He moved up a couple spots. I know that I said he a plateau. But had him at 5 last time. But a lot of things happened since then. I didn't realize how many things happened. It's not that he moved up because of the Rigondeaux fight. It's moved up because he always been cold with it. He always been nice with his skill level. But the bad thing about him being number one is he doesn't have the opponents in 130 or 135 that can get him there. And the guys at 126 ain't gonna move up until he moves up to 135. A Mikey Garcia fight would be a good fight, but is it in the same vein as a Canelo Triple G or Keith Thurman Errol Spence or Terence Crawford Keith Thurman Terence Crawford Errol Spence? I don't believe it is in the same vein. He's gonna have to move up similar to what Pacquiao did. I talked about in the video to move up to 140 and 147 and fight those guys. And that's how it's gonna be if you want to be the ambassador and the supreme ruler of boxing. You're gonna take chances to move up and beat bigger guys. And that's how Pacquiao did it. But number four for me is Keith Thurman, just because he holds 2 belts in the welterweight division. He's very talented. I won't harp on him. Number 5, yes, I debuted Gennady Golovkin. I felt that he did a solid job versus Canelo. He didn't do what we thought he was going to do versus Canelo Alvarez. But, I think it merited. I think it merited him finally stepping up and fighting a formidable foe and putting on a solid performance to get him up there. So I put him in there. I think he done well, versus Canelo Alvarez. He didn't do what he was supposed to do, but I think he done well enough to debut here, especially with the shakeup at the bottom of the pound for pound list. Number 6, Errol Spence. He gonna fight Lamont Peterson. Hopefully Vent wins. We can get the Keith Thurman fight sometime soon. But I feel like people fear him, and he got the look and he got the skills to be number 6, and he got the marquee fight with Kell Brooks. So hopefully there's many more marquee fights to go. It's Sorek who beat Roman Gonzalez. You got to put him in there, especially if you have Roman Gonzalez. One of your pound for pound list. But you got to put Sorek in there. He beat this guy. They saying that was one of the best fighters in the world, easily twice. In my opinion, I told people in the first fight he beat him easy. I seen it a lot. And he knocked him out the second time. I knew it was gonna be easy pickings for him. And he's about to fight the other guy. I can't remember his name. He tried to get a voluntary in between it. Was it Francisco something? He about to fight. This guy's good as well, and we'll see where the top fighter lies. Because he's gonna have to fight the number 8 fighter in Nunua. And then hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right, from Asia. And this guy can kind of shoot up the list as well a little bit, because this guy's a monster. He could potentially move up and fight Rigondeaux. I think his weight is not too far off from fighting Rigondeaux. If Rigondeaux goes back down to 122, but this guy's a beast, body, head. He's a marksman with his accuracy. And you go look him up. He's a beast, man. He definitely deserves to be on there. I know he only got 14, 15 fights, but the skill level is so high. And then he's gonna have a showdown with Sorek or the other winner between Sorek fight. And we'll see. I heard the dude from the UK, what's his name, Kale Jaffe. I can't remember this guy's name. Some Kale supposed to fight Roman Gonzalez, and hopefully in the super flyweight triple hitter they do again, the dude from the UK, Kale, whatever his name is, can fight Nunua. He's supposed to be good, but I don't think he want that work. Let's be real. I don't think he really, really want that work. But Sorek and Nunua, if they keep winning, they're gonna be on crash course collision for another wonderful fight. Number 9 for me is Mikey Miguel Garcia. Moving up, first, coming off a 2-year layoff and still not missing a beat and looking sharp as ever. You got to give him credit for that. Capturing the title at 135. Then moving up to 140, beating down Broner for crossover status. I think gives him enough clout to be at number 9. He's a world champion at the end of the day. He got the skills to pay the bills. And now, Lomachenko is looking to fight him. And he said he was looking to fight Lomachenko and make a statement. And we see how big Mikey is, able to move up to 140, physically not look, the greatest, but still handled himself and still carry some power and some movement and look pretty suave. So Lomachenko would be fighting a bigger guy, and he'd be looking to jump up that list versus Lomachenko, by beating Lomachenko. And that's a fight that can happen. And also another fight that can happen is Mikey Miguel Garcia, fighting Terrence Crawford and move up to 147. Fighting Keith Thurman. He's mentioned both of those names by moving up, wanting to fight them. That'll be a sight to see. So he has the potential to jump the most spots because of his versatility and weight, and him being vocal, wanting to fight some of these guys. So he can move up and fight, Thurman. He can stay and fight Lomachenko. He can move and fight Terrence Crawford. You never mentioned Errol Spence's name. That might have been smart. But, it's 3 guys in, 2 different weight classes that he's named that he wanted to move up and fight. So he can jump to most spaces, because he has the will to move up and take chances and risks and fight the big time named guys, And then Kovalev, number 10, just for losing to Andre Ward twice. Like I told you guys before, I wasn't moving him off my list. Even though I don't like the guy like that, but he still got the skills. And him beating Shavansky has no warrant on this list. It had no effect on it. Let me say it that way. Give you the proper word. It has no effect on my list. I say that because I knew it was gonna happen. It wasn't a true test to see if he back. But losing to a once in a generation fighter like Andre Ward, like I said last time, it doesn't. I ain't gonna move him off the list too far. He's still gonna be top 10 pound for pound. I just say that he fought a better guy, and 1 loss or 2 losses to the same guy doesn't cripple a guy's career. Hopefully, if he's mentally stable and he's still ticking and talking. So, still got Kovalev at number 10. Overall, my list is my opinion. My views is very subjective. I know a lot of people are going to have their different views on it and say this guy number 1. 9 times out of 10, they probably going to be fanboys of that fighter. And, you know, this is my list. This is what I think, you know, it breaks down. But like I said, number one is truly vacant. Like a straight ambassador of the sport, like a Pacquiao, Mayweather, somebody like that, that's non-existent right now. That's still up in the air. Somebody got to grab their true pound-for-pound crown and be that recognized pound-for-pound ambassador of boxing. And that's what basically a pound-for-pound fighter is. It's a very subjective list. But it's that guy, that crossover guy that people look at, that when you say boxing, you think of that guy. You think of Floyd Mayweather, you think of Pacquiao, you think of Roy Jones, you think of Muhammad Ali. You think of that guy. It's more than just racking up wins or racking up belts and weight classes that people don't watch. It's more about you taking chances of risk, moving up, whooping on guys, and showing that you could beat bigger guys or showing you the best at multiple weight divisions. So a lot of guys got the potential to be number one. We see how it shakes out.